Hi guys, Nancy here from Loombicious. Welcome to part 2 of the whole crocodile. Let us continue. We're going to start with the main body. And this will take some time because we need to attach a lot of spikes and I will slide them over the bands. But just take this step by step and follow me with 2 bands at a time of your main body color. So place 2 bands here. This will be the main body with a tiny piece of the tail. 2 bands here. This is neon green for me, but you might use dark green or another color. Now place 2 diagonally this way and 2 diagonally this way. Place 2 here, 2 in the middle, and 2 here. Now first grab your spikes. Grab one of your spikes. Get it onto your hook. I'm turning my loom for this so I can reach it better. We need to slide it over these 2 bands. Place the spike facing down and then replace. So the spike needs to face down. You have to do the same thing on the opposite side. This really takes some time to do this because we're going to do this with the whole crocodile. So make the spikes face down. Like this. We also need to attach one onto those 2 bands. So grab another spike. And I'm just thinking I'm going to do this differently. It's not that big of a deal. We need to place that straight on first. So we need to place this first, these 2 bands first, and slide over a spike. Just follow me, do what I just did. Like this, so that spike is also facing down. Now we can replace those diagonally bands. The order really doesn't matter. Like this. So place it like this. Let us continue. I hope you guys did understand what I just did. I only removed those diagonally bands to the side and placed those 2 first. That's the only thing I did. Let us continue. Do we need to attach more spikes here? No. Maybe it's more easy to do the middle row first. Let's do that. Let's continue with 2 bands. We need to skip 1. Place 2 bands again. And these 2 bands we're going to attach another spike in the middle. So lift up those bands, slide over that spike. Let the spike face down after you replaced those 2 bands. Again, grab 2 bands, place them. Like I said, we need to skip 1, so no spike here. And then we're going to attach another spike. So get another spike on your hook. Lift up those bands. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Just lift them up and slide it over onto those 2 bands and make it face down. That's all you need to do. 2 bends here and 2 more bends there and another spike. I'm doing the middle row first because obviously we need to attach the legs too. That makes it a bit more difficult, so this is the most easy part for the main body. Just lift up those bends. You need to slide over that spike. Try to slide it over so the spike ain't twisted, and face it down because this crocodile will be lying on its back. It's cold here, guys. I have no heater on the attic, and if I put on the dryer you can't hear me, so I guess I just have to do with it. Place 2 bends again, place 2 more bends, and again we need to attach another spike onto those 2 bends. So you need to lift those bends up, slide over that spike and replace those bends. Let me see. Are we going to place, yeah, of course, 2 more bends here. And now let's continue on the sides. First, grab your back leg. You need to hold it like this. I'm sorry. So grab this leg, hold it like this. Stick your hook through the last set, or the set on the left. Remove the tying band. And attach that set onto this bag. Just leave it hanging like this. Grab 2 bands of your main body color and place them. And again, we're going to attach a spike onto those 2 bands. Am I saying that correctly? 1, 2, yes. So lift up those bands, do this carefully. Slide over that spike. Make it face down and replace those 2 bands. You might want to push them down a bit. Now we need to go through the second set, the middle set of the leg. I am removing my tying band, but you don't have to if you don't want to. We need to attach that here. Now grab 2 main body color bands again and place them. Nothing we need to do now, just go through the last set of your leg, your back leg. Move the tying band. And also attach this set around this bag. Grab your main body color, 2 bands at a time. Attach it here and attach another spike. So get a spike on your hook. Lift up those 2 bands. Pull that spike over. Make the spike face down like this. And continue with 2 main body color bands. And again we need to place a spike. Some kind of pattern here. Guess you might have noticed. Just skipping 1 set and then attach a spike. Make the spike face down. And again, grab your main body color, 2 bands at a time. And once more. Is that correct? On the third, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Also attach a spike onto those last 2 bends you placed. Place it upside down. Now grab your front leg. So grab this leg. You should have it like this. The ball will face in that direction. Stick your hook through this set. Remove that tying band. Oh, I missed one. That's why I remove my tying band. So I'm sure I have all the loops around my hook to attach it. Because sometimes you do miss one. Again, attach 2 main body color bands, and now attach the second set of the leg, the last set. Attach it around this peg if it wants to, like this. And again, 2 bands there, and attach a spike. Onto those 2 bands. This can be kind of tricky, so do this carefully. Slide it over, make the spike face down, like this. And then we can place 2 bands diagonally here. The same process needs to be done on the opposite side. Exactly the same thing. So I will turn my loom for this. Am I? No, I'm not turning my loom for this because it's easier to attach the spike when I have it like this, but a bit tricky to attach the legs. But yeah, now do we have to think, because I'm doing this upside down for myself. You have to hold the leg like this if you are following me. If you want to do this the other way around, be my guest. You can do that, of course. Stick your hook through. Well, this is actually the now I'm going to attach the leg like this, guys. Maybe that's more clear for you. So I have this leg in your hand. We're going to attach this set first onto this peg. To be honest, it's the exact same thing as we just did. 2 main body color bands. Now we need to attach, oh gosh, that's twisted, another spike. I'm going to try to do it this way. It's better for you guys to see. I just hope it will work this way. Attach that spike onto those 2 bands, make it face down. And we need to attach the second set, the middle set of the leg now. It's exactly the same process as you just did. Place 2 main body color bands again. And now attach the last set of the back leg. And again, 2 main body color bands. Place them here and attach another spike. Actually, you can see what you did on the opposite side. There's a spike, so has to be a spike here too. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I have the wrong band around my hook here. So I had 5 loops instead of 4. That can happen. So attach a spike, slide it over, and replace those bands. Mine are completely twisted now. No, they're not. Also face down these spikes and continue with 2 main body color bands. And again, attach a spike. On this one, just slide it over, make it face down, and replace those bands. 2 main body color bands. And again, and the spike, of course. We should have 13 spikes left, or actually no, 11 spikes for the tail. Again, I have 1 loop too many on my hook here. Like this. Replace those bands. 2, no, grab your front leg. Haha, almost forgot to attach my front leg. Have it like this. So I have the claw in between my fingers. It faces that way. First attach this set. The set on your right. Attach it here. Grab your main body color again. 2 bands. There was no spike there, wasn't? No. Attach the other set of the leg around the next peg. Try to put them around the peg so the leg bands aren't twisted. But sometimes they just won't untwist. Mine did. Again, 2 main body color bands and attach a spike. And you should have 11 spikes left now. If we did this correctly. Make all the spikes face down. Grab 2 main body color bands again. Like this. Is that it? Yeah, I guess so. So we're going to place some horizontal bands now. I'm turning my loom for this. So it should look like this now. Now we're going to place the horizontal bands. Might need to push down. These are 2 bands at a time, so make triangles with 2 bands. 2 main body color bands. Gosh, my hands are really cold right now. Oh, next time I will take a heater with me, a tiny one, like this. So these are all your horizontal bands. Now grab your head. Your head will need to be attached upside down onto these 3 pegs. So I'm turning my loom for this. Have your head upside down, like this. Don't attach it like this, but attach it like this. I'm going to do the middle set first. It doesn't matter which set you do first, to be honest. This is kind of tricky to do so. Take your time to attach your crocodile. Try to attach it so the bands aren't twisted too badly. Now attach the sides. Really take your time to do this. You simply need to attach it around those 3 pegs, but just take your time. Sometimes the bands don't want to do what you want them to do. I do have that problem too sometimes. Sometimes they just don't want to. But I guess we loomers all have the problem at some point. I'm just attaching my head. Am I off screen? No, I'm not. Like this. We also need to attach the belly here, the stomach. So there will be a huge amount of bands around these pegs, but we can manage. It is possible to create it like this, but maybe a bit tricky to get the bottom 2 bands. So you should have your head attached now onto those 3 pegs. I'm not going to add an extra horizontal band. It's not really necessary. Let me see what am I going to do now. Shall I do the stomach first? I'm actually freestyling right now. I didn't write down what I did. So silly me. Can we attach this first? We need to loom those first. I think I will attach this first. Only attach the side of the stomach. You have to have your stomach upside down, so don't have the stripes towards you, but the plain belly. Have the cap bands in front. First attach the cap band on the side, so go through all the 4 loops, and we need to attach it here onto this peg. Also do this on the opposite side, but not the middle yet. Don't do anything with the middle. So do this only on the opposite side first. Like this. Then we're going to loom only the first 2 bands you come across to get to the middle. And then we're going to attach this band. I will show you how my belly is attached, like this. So the stripes are actually on the bottom of the face now. But only attach the sides. Then go behind all those bands and only grab the top 2. I will have to turn my loom, otherwise I can't see the top 2 bands. I can't even see now. Make sure you go behind the bands of the face. Grab the top 2 green bands and loom them over to the middle. Oh gosh, stay around there. Do the same thing on the opposite side first, and then we can attach the middle of the stomach. So go behind all those headbands. Loom this over. Then we can attach the middle set. So stick your hook through that cap band. All 4 of those loops need to get around this peg. Like this. And then we need to grab the bottom 2 bands. This really is tricky, so turn your loom and only grab the bottom 2 bands. I need to pull those through and loom. continue looming up the middle first before we do anything else. So continue looming. You can't reach it when we stitch the belly on the sides. Don't continue until this point. So leave it there. And also loom those bands where the spikes are. So loom one set on the sides now. Like this. And on the other side too. Then you can lift up the stomach. So get those cap bands from the pegs. Also in the middle. Am I doing this correctly? Yeah, that should be attached. Sorry guys, I'm seeing a band here and I don't understand where it's from, to be honest. I'll have to check. Where's that band from? Oh, that are those two bands there. Okay, leave it like this. They should stick around. Because I loomed through. Oh gosh, I hope I did this correctly. Well, we will see when we'll when we remove it. Yeah, it has to be okay. I'm removing this. It should stick around. Yeah, it is. Okay. Now we need to grab the first two. I'm holding my loom on my on the side now. The first two horizontal bands. They shouldn't be too hard to find. Only the horizontal bands. Grab those and attach it around this peg. Like this. But you also need to do this on the opposite side. So seek the same two horizontal bands. I only have one now. I can see the second, but sometimes it's kind of hard to grab them. Like this. Now you can loom one set. So go behind all of those bands and loom one set. Also on the opposite side. I can hardly see myself what I'm doing. Yeah, only grab the bottom two bands. So with the legs it's kind of hard to do so, but take your time. Now grab the next two horizontal bands in between and attach those. Again, I'm turning my loom, otherwise I really can't see. That's one. Where is the second horizontal band? There. So attach those. Dig down and only loom the bottom two bands. We need to do this all the way until we're out of horizontal bands. Again, grab the next two horizontal bands. Why am I only seeing one here? Oh gosh. No, there's my second. It was stuck between another horizontal band. There really are two bands, so search for them. And attach them. And try not to skip any. And loom over. This will go easy. Again, the next set Do we need to remove it? No, we can still do this. You do have to lift up your crocodile from the loom with the next set, I guess. Otherwise we need to stretch it too far. Are these the correct ends? Yes. Yeah. And loom. One set. And loom one set. Now you might want to lift up your crocodile a bit from the loom, because it's getting a bit tight now to stretch the stomach. So carefully remove it a few pegs from the loom. So we don't have to stretch the stomach that far. Do this carefully. Oh my gosh, there's one band stuck here. Don't snap. Can we reach it? Yeah. Continue with grabbing your horizontal bands to attach it. Wrap it around the peg you just loomed up to. Search for the same bands on the opposite side. Also grab those and wrap them around that peg. And loom up once. Same process, grab those horizontal bands. Again, turning my loom, otherwise I simply can't see the bands. Touch them. And loom. This is the same process over again. Remove your crocodile from your loom a bit, because it won't stretch that far. That's why you need to loom up the middle first, otherwise it will fall apart. Grab the next horizontal bands again. Grab those two bands, touch them. I don't think I need to explain myself anymore. You know what to do. Just follow me on the last step. Grab those two horizontal bands and attach them. Yeah, dig down here. We need to go past the legs. That can be kind of tricky, so only grab the bottom two green bands or brown bands if you're doing a brown crocodile. Only grab the bottom two bands. Now if you do miss one loop while attaching the leg, you can make a slip knot and just pull the slip knot into the body of the crocodile. You won't see it that way. Again, lift up your crocodile a bit from the loom, because mine is getting way too tight here. I don't want to stretch the stomach bands too far. Yeah, this should be all right. Grab the next set. So grab those two horizontal bands again. Wrap them around the leg. Yeah, well, the middle set of the leg. Onto that peg. Again, seek for the same horizontal bands on the opposite side. And I really hope I didn't skip any of those horizontal bands. Go down, past all the leg bands and loom over. Also on the opposite side. Only grab the bottom two green bands for me. And the final horizontal band set. Touch that. Seek for those same bands on the opposite side. They might be pulled in a bit. So try to reach them. And loom over these sets on the sides. I will have to hold my loom again. I turn my loom again. Otherwise I really can't see. Loom over this set. Now do remove your crocodile again a bit from the loom. I guess one will be needed, or at least in the middle, to give it some room. Now let me think. No, that's just the same thing. We're not going to attach the middle yet. Stick your hook through one of the sets on. Start with. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Start with this set. Stick your hook through all of those loops. Is that okay if I do that now? Or should we loom those first? Oh gosh, I'm just thinking right now, guys, if we should attach the stomach first or loom over first to the middle. I think that's better. No, loom this side first. Loom diagonally to this point and also on the opposite side. Loom diagonally this way. Then we actually can loom over this band already. So like that. I hope you did follow me just now. Still, we're going to attach the sides now. Because we simply need to attach all of those bands now. So stick your hook through one set, attach it here, and loom over this set. I guess it's still a bit too tight for me, so I will remove my crocodile one peg further from the loom. Do the same thing with this set and the middle set. Move your tying band and loom over this set. If that happens, it's okay. And now the final set in the middle. Also attach that around here. There are a lot of bands here now. So you might need the help of your hook to pull these two bands through. Luckily I didn't. Well, that's it for your crocodile body. But we still need to do more things. So tie off those 3 loose ends again. Oh my gosh, the band is completely stretched out. I'm not using that band. Tie off those bands. I can't even see that band. Bet you can. Is this thing still recording? Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, all of these bands are stretched out. Well, doesn't matter, we need to remove them. Anyway, now get your crocodile off your loom. Try to do this carefully. Oh, mine is stuck here again. Yay! this will be your crocodile body. We still are going to do the tail, of course. Well, you can adjust those bends later because you need to push it down a bit. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, what I wanted did work. I just thought of that right now. I didn't wrote down anything to do with the neck. I think this is better than my prototype because a crocodile doesn't really have a neck. So I think this will be more like a real crocodile. I will adjust these bends later. I'm not going to do that right now. You can adjust those stripes if you want to, but maybe we should wait till we finish the tail. So this is your crocodile now. The main body is finished. Now we need to make a tail because this ain't a completed crocodile yet. But in order to do the tail, we need to adjust our loom. We need to make put this in a rectangular shape again, like this. And I'm going to take a sip of my water now. I'm checking my design right now. Oh my gosh, my hair. Yeah, alright. Grab your main body color. Double loop a single band. Place it here. And immediately attach one spike there before we continue. So simply lift up that double loop band, slide over a spike and face it down. We will attach this to the crocodile while the crocodile is upside down. So the tail will be upside down as well. Grab a main body color band and double loop it. I'm just thinking right now. Oh, it actually doesn't matter. Place it here. Double loop another single band. Place it here. Grab another spike. And slide it over onto that double loop band and make it face down. Grab another double looped band, your main body color, place it here. And another. Main body color band, and we need to attach another spike here. So lift up those that double loop band, and slide over that spike and make it face down and replace. Push down a bit. Again, a double looped band. And another double looped band. I do need to count in a second. Oh my gosh. Place a double loop band here. Ouch, my finger. And attach a spike there. That's why I did this takes so long because we need to attach those spikes to the right bands. That's why I did the stomach in the first part as a bonus, because this will take long enough. Let me count for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, place another double looped green band. And now take 2 green bands at a time. So switch to 2 bands now and attach another spike. Make it face down and replace those 2 bands. Again, place 2 bands. Place 2 more bands. And attach another spike. Saying that correctly? Yes, I'm saying that correctly. Slide it over. Make the spike face down. Replace those 2 bands that are now completely twisted. Why? Well, doesn't matter. And place the last 2 bands on this row. Come on. So now we will continue again. So go back to the bottom again of the tail. This will be the tip of the tail. So you know. Double loop another band and place it diagonally here. Then double loop another band. Place it here. And we need to attach another spike there. So again, get that spike around your hook. Lift up that double loop band. Slide it over. And replace that double loop band. And make the spike face down. Again. Oh, this one is badly stretched out. This one too. Come on. Grab another single band. Double loop it. Again, a single band, double loop it. We're not attaching a spike now. Again, a single band, double loop it. And again, a single band, double loop it. Try to put them around so they aren't twisted. One more double loop band in the middle. Now switch to 2 bands at a time. And simply fill this middle row with 2 bands until you reach the top. That's all you need to do for the middle row. Now again, double loop a single band. My gosh, no, here. Place it here. I will check just a sec. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, place it there, but we do want to attach a spike onto that band. We just place diagonally. This is a double looped band. So lift up that band. Slide over the spike and make it face down. Then double loop another single band. And another single band. Double loop it. Place it here. And attach a spike. Well, we're almost out of spikes, so almost completely done. trying to do this quite slow and relaxed, so you guys can follow me. I don't want to rush things, so I hope you understand completely what I'm doing. Make the spike face down. Grab a single band and double loop it, your main body color band. And then switch to 2 bands at a time and attach a spike onto the first 2 bands you just placed. So spike around your hook, lift up those 2 bands and slide it over and make the spike face down. And replace those 2 bands. Again, grab 2 green bands and 2 more green bands. And attach the last spike. Yay! That's it for the spikes then. So slide that last spike over and replace those 2 bands. Make the spike face down, down. Attach the last 2 bands. Now we're going to do the horizontal bands. So take 2 bands at a time. Place 2 here. Place 2 here. Place 2 here. Now double loop a single band and place it around these 3 pegs. Double loop a single band, place it here. 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 Another single double loop band placed here. Another one, the final one, placed here. Now grab your crocodile. This will be the tail, so we're finished. You might want to push them down a bit, makes it easier. Well, looming, turn your loom like this. So this is the tip of the tail. I'm having my loom like this now. Attach your crocodile upside down, so you're looking at the stripes on the belly, or if you didn't do the stripes, you're looking at the belly. And we need to attach those 3 loose ends onto those 3 pegs. Going to start again with the middle. So stick your hook through the sets in the middle and attach it onto the peg in the middle. But I guess that seems obvious. Now do the sides. While your crocodile is lying on its back in the sun. Well, not the sun, but in my light. Try to attach it so the bands aren't twisted too bad. And now this one, the last set. If I can remove the tying band. Attach that one here. And now you do want to lift up those, let me see, you have 4 loops around here from the back of the body, the start of the tail. Only lift up the top 2 bands on each set we attached. Only the top 2. Like this. Then we're going to put there a horizontal band there. So grab 2 main body color bands and put them in between the body. And now reattach those 2 bands. You can do this with your fingers or use your hook if you want to. Just reattach those loose ends onto the right pegs, of course. And try to put them around so the bands aren't twisted. Like this. And now we can loom. And the crocodile is almost finished. Well, it doesn't matter where we start, just go behind all the bands, dig down and grab only the bottom two. I missed them. I really did miss them. What did I do? Come on. We're almost there. Only grab the bottom two bands and loom them over. Well, let's start with this row first. Just loom, follow me and loom. Just loom up and loom this one diagonally. Then we're going to do the row in the middle. So go behind all those bands. You might need to lift up your crocodile to see the bottom two bands and loom them over. Continue looming the middle row now. Be careful with this one, this might get stuck or not. Continue looming and loom over diagonally like this. Then we can do the last row. So go behind all those bands and loom over. Simply loom the entire row now. I already did the hard part, attaching the spikes, so your crocodile should be fine. Loom over the last row. Oh my gosh, both of you. This one might also be a bit tricky. Now we're done. We just loomed the last one. What are we going to do now? Yeah, I did wrote it down, but it's kind of tricky to do so, I guess. There has to be... Can we do this another way? I'm going to remove this from my loom, this set. But we need to replace it. I should have thought of that before, but place a extra double loop band here. Just place it there. Now we need to replace this double loop band. And we need to loom over this final double loop band. That's actually what we needed. So we can do it like this. Now tie off this last double loop band you just loomed with a single green band. Make a slip knot. And that's it. This should be your crocodile tail. So carefully remove this from your loom. Really carefully. Why am I doing this like this? Because these are double loop bands. No, I'm doing this the other way around. That doesn't work. When you get to the double loop bands, just be careful. I guess those two bands won't snap that easy, but just be careful with the double loop bands. I'm just removing the crocodile from my loom. Yay. Now if you did the crocodile bracelet with me, this tail might look familiar. Well, it's exactly the same tail, so you're right. This should be your crocodile right now. You can adjust the spikes and make them face in the right direction. You also need to hide this band, so stick your hook through. Well, some bands here, stick your hook through any bands. You need to grab that band, single band. You can pull it through, not too tight. And you can stick your hook through some other bands. You can pull it through there. Just until you are pleased with hiding your band. Just pull it through some bands. You can hardly see it, it's the same color as your tail. So like this, my band is gone right now. But this should be your completed crocodile. You do need to wire your crocodile in order to stand. I don't even know if I have my crocodile with me. I will search for it. Yeah, I have it here. Oh gosh, that was my sheep head. But that's for next tutorial. You really need to wire the legs. I'm getting a lot of questions about how to wire a project, so I will do a tutorial on how to wire a animal. So I will do that soon, I guess, because a lot of you guys don't understand how to wire up a project, so I will show you on video. Might take a while though, because, well, you can see the wire here in the tail. But I will do a video for that, a tutorial for that also, so yay! 2 crocodiles. I'm quite pleased. They both look awesome in dark or in green, light green. Yeah, they both look cool. Of course, you need to turn the legs a bit. You need to pull on those bands to make the leg flip down. And if you wire it, it will look better. The legs will stay down. Also do this with the front legs. Just pull a bit on those bands to make it face down. So I will wire this cutie up too. I don't know if I will do the tutorial with my crocodile or my fox. Maybe the crocodile. I don't know. But you guys will see. I need to wire it anyway, so I will record what I'm doing. So guys, just hope you have fun creating your beautiful crocodile. Sherry, I still hope you can make this baby crocodile in the future if you can't do her now. So I hope you will create this beauty somewhere and definitely post a picture if you finished him or her. I would love to see it. So guys, just hope you had fun. I would love to see pictures of your crocodiles on my Facebook page or on Instagram. Just hashtag me as Loombicious or just write down @Loombicious so I can see and won't miss any of the crocodiles because I really love them. So like, subscribe, share, and my next tutorial will probably be the sheep bracelet, and I might do a whole sheep after that one, or I will design a rabbit bracelet for Easter, so a bunny bracelet and a whole bunny, but I will need to think about that and I will need to try if that will work for me. So I will be busy and I hope you guys will too. Show me pictures, and well, thanks again guys for doing this beautiful crocodile. Thank you guys. See you in my next tutorial. Bye bye.